I do my best to try to water and nurture the plants in my garden, but try as I might, some of them just don't thrive in the cold, clammy environment of San Francisco. But it's also known for technology, so what better place to test out a home hydroponics kit? This is the GardenCube, and we're going to see what we can grow in it on today's episode. Hey, Moondog here. Welcome back to Moondog R&D. Today we're going to be testing out the GardenCube hydroponic system. This is to let you grow food, plants in your home, inside your home, year-round. You don't even have to have direct sunlight. Of course, you don't need soil because it's hydroponic. The reason I got this is because I live in San Francisco, and it's known for being very mild here, to a fault. You may know San Francisco for its fog, and we have lots of fog. Even in the middle of the summer, just because it's so cold and clammy here. Now, I don't mind that compared to the rest of the country. I used to live back east in the summers were so hot and humid all the time. So I don't miss that, but I do miss being able to grow a lot of the vegetables, fresh vegetables. I can't grow tomatoes or strawberries out here, not in my backyard. So this is the reason why I wanted to test out this hydroponic growing system. Now, of course, you can grow other herbs using this machine. But, you know, I'm going to be using some vegetable seeds here. We're going to be growing cilantro, tomatoes, and basil, and we're going to see how well they grow using the GardenCube. It's going to take a couple of weeks, obviously, I'm assuming, because, you know, they're growing plants. So we're going to be monitoring this over the course of that time. But I'll be setting this up in the house, and we'll give it a try. So let's get started. Rather than doing a boring unboxing where I open up the box in real time and fumble through the contents, I'm just going to show you what you get in the box. This is it. In the box, you get pretty much everything you need to start growing at home except for water and seeds. There's a little bit of assembly and prep required, but the instruction manual and quick start guide were very helpful. To really test out the kit and its built-in grow lights, I placed it in the darkest part of my garage, inside of my workshop sink, away from direct or indirect sunlight. Following instructions, I soaked my vegetable seeds overnight before planting 2 or 3 of them inside each of the grow pods. I plugged it in to test out the lights and then filled its reservoir with 3 liters of water. It's got a built-in water pump to circulate the water, and the lights are on a 16 hours on and 8 hours off automated schedule. I did one final visual check to make sure that the water pump was actually working, and it was simply a matter of leaving it alone for a couple of days to let the seeds germinate.
Okay, it has been a week here, and I'm already starting to see some seedlings sprouting.
Once sprouted, I removed the seedling domes and let it grow for an additional 2 weeks.
Nice.
Alright, so this is where we're at after 3 weeks, and you can see the plants are thriving here. I've got some great amount of growth, and the tomato plants have gotten at least about 6-7 inches of growth here. The one exception, of course, is here, where I had to cull the entire plant, both plants that were growing out of here, because I realized after seeing the seedlings that I'd planted the wrong seeds by accident. This was intended to be a tomato plant, but it turned out to be a cilantro plant, and I've got quite enough cilantro to that I don't need another cilantro plant. But as you can see here, after about 3 or 4 days, it's already growing a seedling. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll look just like this after a week or so, and 3 weeks. And the basil is also growing well, though for whatever reason number 7 isn't doing as well as number 5. Well, while we're here, I'd like to show you that what you can do as it's growing is that you can raise and adjust the lid. You can tilt it, and it's also made to lift up. You can lift it up almost 3 feet above the plants as they grow, and you generally want to do that to give them room, but I'm going to keep them low for now because that'll give the most intensity of light. So there you go. The GardenCube has really worked. The plants have thrived. As you can see here, the tomato plants especially have been just sprouting up like crazy. In fact, it's enough. They've grown enough that I could actually start harvesting some of these. I could start snipping off 1 or 2 stems from the cilantro, and definitely some leaves I've already. I could just start using them as a garnish, and the same with a basil. Though it'll be a little bit longer, I think, before I start snipping off stems here and making a caprese salad. But pretty soon, I think. Of course, it would help if there was a little more light around the basil so that it can grow. And that is the sort of drawback to a hydroponic system that is so small and compact. It does create crowding around the individual plants so that they are kind of fighting for sunlight from each other. So that is what it is. The upside, of course, it is so compact that it takes so very little space. Now, the tomato plants, as you can see here, have actually started growing out. Their roots have grown out of the grow cones, the grow pods, and have grown into the water, the liquid solution at the bottom here. In fact, I'm going to have to, we've lost about a little over half a liter, so I'm going to have to top it off, I think. And so that's going to be up next. And as you can see, I've added some stakes here to help support these tomato plants as they're growing upwards. So I also was able to raise the lid of the grow lights, and you can raise them, I think, about 2.5, 3 feet high, and you can tilt them to allow you a little bit more space. Be sure you do raise them. I let these go over the weekend and didn't notice how quickly they grew, and these gotten so close to the grow lid that they actually started burning. Plants can get sunburn if you're not paying attention. Yes, the GardenCube does work, and if you're interested in picking one up, you can find product links and more information on my blog at moondogindustries.com. So definitely use those links. It helps support this channel. And if you want to support this channel and for free, just hit the like and subscribe buttons. It tells the AI that you're interested in this kind of content, that it's good content, and it'll suggest it to other folks like you and help this channel grow. Thanks again for watching. Moondog, out.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please share it on forums, Facebook, Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, MeWe, whatever social media you're on. And if you want to see all of my videos, check out moondogindustries.com.